In the beginning of this episode, we see, after testing his powers, Lin Chia was sitting at one place and was saying in her mind that there are 6 rooms in my dream mental hospital. So, maybe there will be one god in all of them, and those doors will only open when I completely cure one god. Now, Lin Chia was thinking that only then a bat comes to her who is trying to take Lin Chia somewhere. So, Lin Chia starts following him. After some time, that bat brings Lin Kai to the same truck that we saw earlier. So, after reaching there, Lin Kai starts looking at that truck carefully, and she finds out that there are monsters inside it. Also, those monsters also felt that there is a human outside the truck. Then that truck driver comes there and asks Lin Kie that is he a night watchman. But Lin Kie did not know anything about this. Then that driver takes out a demonic weapon and calls all the monsters out of the truck. Seeing this, Lin Kai also takes an iron rod. Now all those monsters start attacking Lin Kia. But Lin Kia was killing all the monsters very easily. While fighting them, he was also using his new techniques. Then that driver also attacks Lin Kai, and Lin Kai's iron rods break into pieces. But Lin Kai catches the pieces of the rod with a lot of speed, and then throws them very fast, due to which all the monsters around die. Seeing Lin Chia's such power, that driver starts running, but Lin Chia catches his head and hits him on the ground, due to which he becomes unconscious there. After which Lin Chia thinks that I don't know which night watchman this driver was talking about. Now Lin Chia starts going from there, but then Lin Chia sees a common man there, and because he doesn't recognize him, Lin Chia starts running from there. But while running, Lin Chia's leg slips, and he falls directly into Zhao's hands, who was standing under the same building from where Lin Chia fell. Now Zhao is happy to see Lin Chia, and tells her that I was looking for you for so long. After this, Zhao takes her to a love hotel to talk to her, where people were considering them a couple. Now after reaching the room, Zhao asks Lin Chia that what did Lin Chia say to the King of Angels that he saw in his childhood. Hearing this, Lin Chia understands that Zhao knows about her and her powers. Also, Lin Chia also learned that Zhao can answer all her questions. Therefore, Lin Chia starts asking Zhao if there are really gods in this world. Upon this, Zhao says that there are really gods, but not all gods. Hearing this, Lin Chia asks what it means. Then Zhao tells that in 1920, a strange fog surrounded the whole world, and only Dexia was such a country where that fog did not come. So the scientists of our country started looking for a reason for this, where, while looking for him, he saw a very big dragon in that fog, which was also mentioned in the books of ancient gods. Also, those scientists had also seen the gods of some countries during that time, like King of Angel Michel and Fallen Angel Lucifer. Hearing all this, Lin Chia starts getting more interested in these things. Then Zhao tells him that from that day till today, we have seen many gods, but none of them was the god of our country. Hearing this, Lin Chia asks Zhao the reason for this, upon which Zhao says that we do not know the reason for this, but we feel that where that fog is, only the gods of that country are alive, and we feel that all those gods are going to make a team and attack our country in the future. Hearing this, Lin Chia comes to Zhao and tells him that he is not crazy somewhere. Then the scene shifts and we see that driver's place, where those night watchmen come, and see that before reaching there, someone has killed everyone, and only that driver is alive there. Along with that, the driver tells him that there was a young boy who killed those monsters, and he had the power of the King of Angels. Knowing this, one of those night watchmen calls his captain, and tells him that someone has got the power of the King of Angels. Knowing this, the captain was also surprised. Then that night, Watchman tells him that the people of the ancient God Church are also going to come here, so you be ready, because we have to find that boy. Here, Lin Chia asks Zhao why he was looking for him for so long. On this, Zhao tells that, since the time that fog has appeared, such children are born, who have unique powers, which we call taboo powers, which is divided into 6 levels. Hearing this, Lin Chia thinks that these levels are equal to those doors that I saw in my dream. Only then Zhao tells Lin Chia that you do not have any taboo power. Rather, you have divine power, which the King of Angels himself has given you. Hearing this, Lin Chia asks Zhao that why did Michelle give me her powers? On this, Zhao says that you really don't know, or you are hiding something from me. Hearing this, Lin Chia says that I am not lying. Michelle did not tell me anything. After this, Lin Chia asks Zhao about it, because the way he kills those monsters, he cannot be a normal person. Either he has taboo power or divine power. On this, Zhao says that what do you think that anyone can get these powers? There are only a few people in this whole country who have divine power, and he is not one of them. He's just a normal person who knows how to fight and comes to use taboo weapons. Now Zhao shows Lin Chia a briefcase which contained the same taboo object with which Zhao used to seal the area. Now hearing all this, Lin Chia says that all my questions have been answered. Now I'm leaving from here. On this, Zhao says that my questions have not been answered, but Lin Qiye leaves him there and goes home. The next day, Zhao follows Lin Qiye and says that, "Don't you want to know which organization I have come from?" On this, Lin Qiye says that I have often seen in movies that, after knowing such a thing, people have to join that organization, or they are killed so that their secrets are not leaked. That's why I don't want to know anything. But Zhao still tells him that people like us are called night watchmen, who save humans from monsters at night. And because of us, the people of this country are living in peace. So don't you want to save the world by joining us? Because we really need a man with divine power. But Lin Qi says this for him, and clearly refuses that he has a family in which there is an aunt and her brother, who have spent a very bad time. So now he just wants to stay with them and give them a good life. Hearing this, Zhao also becomes quiet for a while and stops following him. After this, Lin Qiye brings Nix out of that hospital to cure him, where now Nix's condition was 6% cured. On the other hand, Zhao gets orders from his seniors that Lin Qiye is very important to him. That's why he will have to bring him, even if he has to use his power. Now the scene shifts and we see the same man who was from the ancient church. That man comes to many monsters who were imprisoned in jail, after which he throws a demonic item at them. As soon as a monster eats it, it becomes very big and strong. Then that man throws a lot of demonic items at those monsters, which made them all very big and strong. On the other hand, Lin Qiye returns home and sees that Zhao is also in his house. So Lin Qiye takes Zhao to his room and asks him what he is doing here, and where did he get the address of his house. On this, Zhao says that I had put a tracker in your bag, with the help of which I came here. After this, he puts some money on the table and says that you have two ways. Either join our organization, or I will kill you. Hearing this, Lin Qiye's feet are covered with dirt, but then Zhao starts laughing and tells Lin Qiye that if he is not going to join his group, then he should go somewhere far, because many people are behind him because of his divine powers. Among them, there is also a bad organization called the Ancient Church of God, which wants to use Lin Qiye's power. That's why those people must be looking for Lin Qiye. Therefore, Zhao advises Lin Qiye that he should stay hidden, because those people are not going to make him understand lovingly like Zhao. After this, Zhao tells Lin Qiye that they are alike, because Zhao's father also died in childhood, and his mother also raised him with great difficulty. But Zhao had to join the military, because of which he got away from his mother, and could not serve her. But Zhao did not want this for Lin Qiye. That's why he tells him that you can do whatever you want. Everyone has a life, and I will explain to my captain and team. You don't even worry about it. Hearing this, Lin Qiye understands that Zhao is a very good person. After this, Zhao starts going back to the kitchen from there because he was cooking, but Lin Qiye returns his money before he leaves and asks him what he wanted to do by joining the military. On this, Zhao says that I wanted to win many medals and make my mother proud in my village. After this, Zhao and Lin Qiye's family enjoy dinner, after which Zhao says to Lin Qiye that he should become a very good person in the future. Now, after Zhao's departure, Lin Qiye sees that Zhao has forgotten his lighter there by mistake. Later, a senior orders Zhao to make a barrier at one place, because the same 5 monsters had come there, which we had seen in the jail a while ago. That's why he was giving a senior order to make a barrier and get out of there immediately. And after a while, the team of heroes will reach there, but there was a monster in front of Zhao who was injured. That's why Zhao tells his senior that I will kill him. But his senior starts refusing him, because that monster was very powerful. But Zhao doesn't listen to him, and stands up with a sword saying that if I go from here, these monsters can break my barrier and kill many people. But I won't let this happen. Now that injured monster moves towards Zhao, so Zhao attacks him. But that monster also manages to punch Zhao's body. Seeing this, Zhao understands that the speed of that monster is slower than Zhao, but his strength is more. But at the same time, that monster, which was a ghost-type monster, activates his domain, because of which Zhao's speed slows down there, because of which Zhao was not able to do anything, even if he wanted to, and that monster beats Zhao badly and breaks his backbone. Seeing this, Zhao thinks in his mind that if only he had taboo or divine powers, then today he would have killed this monster. Here Lin Qiye was sitting in his room. Then a lightning comes to him and starts taking him somewhere, so Lin Qiye starts following him. Also, Lin Qiye understood that Zhao was in trouble. Here that monster was going to kill Zhao, but Zhao understood that now he had to make his last move. Then we are told that the tracker that was with Zhao was not an ordinary tracker. In fact, it was a special weapon of the Night Watchers. Now Lin Qiye takes that tracker in his hand and presses a button, from which a needle comes out, which Zhao puts in his body, from which Zhao gets taboo power. Here Lin Qiye had reached that place. Then he breaks the barrier made by Zhao and starts coming straight to him. Here Zhao cuts off one hand of that monster with his strength. Then Lin Qiye comes there. Then Zhao asks him that I had made a barrier here, So how did you come here? On this, Lin Chia says that I had broken that barrier with my own hands. After hearing this, Zhao understands that Lin Chia is very powerful. At the same time, that monster regenerates its hand and starts moving towards Zhao. Then Zhao tells Lin Chia to watch my attack carefully. After this, Zhao turns his sword towards the moon, because of which all the lightning powers of the moon come into his sword. After which, Zhao blows the head of that monster in style, which Lin Chia keeps watching. But then, Zhao falls to the ground, and blood starts coming out of his body. Seeing this, Lin Chia asks Zhao that how is all this happening? You were not hurt. Actually, the needle that Zhao had put in his body, he used to get taboo powers for a short time, but it had a side effect that it made his body very bad. But Lin Chia did not understand what to do. Then Zhao tells Lin Chia that I always wanted taboo powers, and today I felt very good by using them. After this, he asks Lin Chia if he was looking cool while shooting the sword. On this, Lin Kai says yes. Then Zhao puts his cigarette in his mouth, so Lin Chia starts burning him. But before burning his cigarette, Zhao breaks his breath. Seeing this, Lin Chia starts crying, and while screaming, he says that the people you were saving for so long, today, they do not know that you are not in this world. So why were you protecting those people by becoming a hero? Then because of Lin Chia's anger, his god's power gets activated, and he starts flying in the air. Here that monster regenerates his head, and starts moving towards Lin Chia. But as soon as he touches him, he goes far and falls. After this, Lin Chia takes Zhao's sword and cuts that monster in the middle in one attack. Here a girl from the team of heroes was coming towards him quickly. With the help of his senior phone, he was telling that Lin Chia's tracker is not moving. Maybe he is dead. Hearing this, that girl says that this cannot happen. He can't die so soon. But then she sees that Lin Chia is coming towards him with Zhao in his hands. On the other hand, we see Lin Chia's dog, who comes to one place and looks at the sky, and his eyes start shining. Now with this part ends here.